Hello everybody and welcome back to round 2 of the 2020 Myrtle Beach Open. Presented by Grip Equipment and driven by Innova. We're watching GK Pro coverage sponsored by OTB. I am Nathan Queen, again here joined by Trevor Harbolt. How you doing this morning?
I'm feeling good, man. I got some Birdie Fuel coffee in me, ready to watch some disc golf. Got a really good card today, man. This will be a fun card to watch.
Yeah, great players here. We've got Chris Dickerson, Austin Turner, Brian Earhart, and Ezra Aderhold.
Got two lefties.
Yeah, all 8 down after the first round over at Splinter City. We've moved over to Sockasty Recreational Park. A bit more in the woods here.
Yeah, a little tighter. A lot of opportunities for birdie, but it's also a lot of opportunities for some bogeys if you kick some trees. They call it Sock a Tree for a reason. So.
Yeah, and we've got a fairly new tee pad here on hole 1, 301 feet. And a pretty tight gap to hit about halfway down the fairway. You see the short tee here, and then those 2 trees right there. You want to be able to split those 2, and then after that, you're pretty much happy. You know, if you get past and sneak through the rest of these trees, you'll have a good putt at it. But pretty much if you hit that first gap, you're feeling good about it.
Yeah, kicking left at all is trouble, I know.
Welcome to the tee pad, Brian Earhart.
Got DJ Heck Yeah or Brian Short doing the leadoffs for us.
It's a very intimidating first hole as well with just that first gap you got to hit today on the start of the day.
Comes out a little early there from Brian, but he gets a good kick back into the middle of the fairway. He's not as far as you'd like to be, but he should be able to get up and down from there.
The Myrtle Beach Open 2020, presented by Grip, Austin Turner.
Another lefty, Austin Turner.
Austin Turner hasn't been playing as much recently, so he's coming back.
Coming back from an injury, rehabbing himself, and has been living out in Arizona. Says he's loving it out there. Been playing a little bit to get back into it, and that's where you don't want to be. Over there is really, really tough to get through.
But he's
Next
one of the
to
ones.
Card, the 2020 USDGC champion, Chris Dickerson.
Austin is one of the ones that's going to be able to know how to scramble out of here. He went to Coastal Carolina down here in Myrtle Beach, so he's probably the player in the field with the most rounds out here at Sockasty.
Nice.
Oh, and Chris just left. He's so close on that. Just one tree wide.
And rounding out our
else he would've
card,
had the gap.
the Myrtle Beach Open 2020, Ezra
Man, with Austin and
Aderhold.
Ezra on the card, it's a lot of muscles, man.
Yeah, Ezra just powers through. You know, he doesn't really ever has to disc up. He's got such great touch, even with his putters. You can see right here, he hits that gap. Didn't quite get the turn up, but did make it through the original gap. He should be able to toss it up there for a 3.
Yeah, I feel starting out on this hole, if you get a 3, you're happy because it's a crazy hole to start on. It's got so many trees in the way.
Yeah, he makes it out of the main rough there, but still catches one of the trees that's in the fairway. Chris gonna have to go forehand roller pretty early. And that does pretty well.
Yeah, he's going to have a nice little putt for par there. And right out the gate, man, this course is going to show you, if you're in the fairway, it'll be relatively easy pars to go. But if you're off, ooh.
Scramble. And Ezra there with a good play, just laying up. No need to try to go for it. Accidentally catch a tree on the way there.
Austin's going to lay up, take a 4 on the first hole here.
Yeah, not quite the way you want to start, but it's definitely, he's not going to be the only one to do that. And Chris with a great par save there. Forehand roller for the second shot, hits a 28-footer to save the par.
I'm excited to watch Dickerson in the woods. Shreds.
Brian having to straddle out pretty far here, able to pick up his par as well.
just like last round I was saying, that is a tough thing to do, is straddle out that far and to still get your power that you want on your putt. Great putt by Brian.
Yeah, it's easy to miss your straight line when you're straddling out that far as well. You're trying to get enough height on it, it's easy to pull it and miss left or right.
3 pars and a bogey, and we move on to hole 2.
Yeah, 249 feet. You've got the OB fence on the right. You either take it where you went out, or there is an optional drop zone about halfway down the fairway. Mostly a righty hyzer, just kind of a soft putter, maybe a mid-range. And just try to land where you don't have to work with these trees too much. If you push it too long, that bigger tree comes into play behind the basket.
Yeah, it's a very deceiving hole to me. I kept throwing it long in practice, kept throwing it long. I even threw it long in today's round. And just deceiving. It looks longer.
Yeah, this looks pretty good out of Brian.
Yeah.
Gets the distance just right. Scoots on in there. He'll be tapping in a birdie.
Pretty sure that was his zone.
So after you get, you want to get the 3 on the first hole. That's your main goal. And then you don't want to miss the birdie on this hole. So to start, you really want that 1 down through 2 start.
I did the total opposite. I went bogey par. Total opposite of what you want to do. It's a good shot by Chris. He's going to have a look for the 2.
And Ezra doing everything he can to not overthrow. Looks like he's got the most stable putter that they make. I don't know what it is exactly.
That's the thing that can happen right there. You just go a little long, and then you got a lot of little trees to contend with when you are putting at the basket if you go long.
See the forehand play from both the lefties here. Austin likes to forehand his higher speed, so it looks like he went with a fairway maybe.
It's an unfortunate roll away there.
He's still inside the circle though. He should be able to, we'll see if he can knock it down.
Right. Great stick by Ezra. That is a hard little putt through that gap of little trees there.
Yeah, great view here. What a hyzer putt.
Beautiful.
Austin, after the roll away, looking to still capitalize on his birdie.
Very good putt, Austin. Dead center. That's a good one to start your round on right there. And a recovery from his bogey to get him back to even par. So confidence booster right there.
Chris Dickerson a little high on the chains, but able to convert for his birdie. And we have Brian here for the star frame. And just a bit off to the right. Had to straddle out to the right this time rather than the left, so a little different than the last one. Not quite able to convert. But moving into a good lefty backhand hole here, 294 feet. Kind of a flex shot. If you've got a hyzer stand up that stables out early, you're able to do that as well. But something medium stable on a bit of an anhyzer with a righty forehand.
Yeah, the righty forehand is the play for us righties. I would love to be a lefty on this hole because my sidearm's not very good. But I did get the 2 with a sidearm on this hole, so it felt really well to get that one. And yeah, like I said, Dickerson with his right-handed sidearm here is going to...
And Dickerson's got a great sidearm. Yeah. He'll be able to do this little force over. Come on back. Oh, he catches a tree just a little bit on the left side. Stays in the fairway.
Pretty routine shot to get his 3. So we're going with the sidearm as well.
And he's got enough force. I don't really think he'll need to flex anything. He's just got to push it forward on a hyzer. But he does kind of turn it over a bit. Catches early left as well.
If you kick early right like that into the trees, it's a little tougher over there to get up and down.
This looks like it's one of Dan Hastings' best day ever discs here, averaging over 1,100 for the day.
That would have been incredible 2 rounds of disc golf by Dan that day.
And coming out a little bit early, missing on the right side. I would imagine this is a zone.
I think it's a buzz.
but it could be a buzz.
It looks like a buzz.
I think you'd know what they look like a little better than me.
Yeah, just came out of his hand a little early.
Yeah, we had a couple people missing late with the forehand, and the lefties missing early with the backhand.
A gap.
Ezra able to hit a great gap with the same disc he threw off the tee. There's his zone. And he's up there in the circle for a par save.
It's crazy to me this guy hasn't gotten picked up by a sponsor yet. I'm sure 2021 this guy's going to be under a contract somewhere.
I'm sure he's got some offers for
Great
2021.
run by Austin. Great layup. He's going to save a 3 there. That was solid. He's throwing a banger here.
And a great little touch forehand out of Brian.
For sure.
So you really expect to have some birdie looks on this hole. It's not the easiest hole, but it's really not quite as hard as these players made it look this time around. You do want to have a birdie or two.
Yeah, that's this course though, man. Every hole it feels like it's a birdie opportunity, but man, can you put yourself in some positions.
Yeah, with those tee shots, it's great to see everybody up here for a par look. So good play after the tee shots here to be able to come back and save pars.
Yeah, it's just a testament to how good these players really are. You get in trouble and you save your pars. Let's move on to the next one. Austin Short could get a little higher. My goodness. This is one of my favorite holes on the course. I love hole 4 here. It's a straight shot, basically. It fades off a little at the end, but your main goal here is to get through this gap and push forward. That's a par 4, so if you get through that gap, it's kind of a relatively routine upshot to get your birdie. But if you kick left or right, anywhere early, you're going to have some troubles. I do like this hole for a par 4, though.
Yeah, this is one of the... I'm not sure if it's a 3 or a 4 exactly, but it's one of the better lines on the course. I do really enjoy throwing this shot. If you kick early left, you're pretty much going to take a 4, and that's why... And Chris sneaking through.
Right.
Instead of kicking early left, he sneaks through the left side.
Longer putt at it, too. This hole actually played as a 3.38, and there were 2 eagles on this hole.
It's a little lower than I expected.
Yeah, I kicked really far left and had no opportunity for a 3.
And Ezra following Chris's line, not quite getting as lucky, but gets up there pretty far and should be able to get up there and have a look for his par, maybe even a birdie look. If you kick right side and make it through the woods, then there is an open lane over there where you can get all the way down to the basket. This stands up a little bit. He gets a touch and off into the stuff on the right.
Yeah.
Both of the lefties going with the forehand here. I really like the soft lefty backhand fairway on this shot, but again, I'm kind of the backhand.
Right. Zeus gets over just a little bit on Brian. Tricky shots anywhere from right in that area to get to the basket. You're going to have to throw a touchy shot, and hopefully it's just, I mean, you got gaps everywhere, but you also got a lot of trees in your way. See how he attacks.
Another one of these touchy forehands. What a great
Beautiful
shot.
shot
out
with
of
the
Brian
banger.
Earhart.
For a second there, I thought it was going in. It looks so good. Just got over on the disc a little bit. Not too happy with that.
Yeah, that's one of those small mistakes you want back.
Like Ezra just got over on it a little too much.
Yeah, he was having to reach out pretty far there. That's pretty uncomfortable. Not quite able to keep the right angle on it.
And I think this is for Chris's eagle. Oh, man, good run.
Yeah, good bid. Just a bit too stable on the Anheuser putt. See if Austin will be able to save his birdie. Looks pretty good.
Ooh, very nice. I'd say that's probably from 50, 55 feet it looked like.
Yeah, he threw that upshot just where he needed to still get that 3, tap a birdie.
Yeah, that was a great birdie putt from Austin.
And then now we have one from Ezra, going to be just a bit closer. He's got a birdie look here.
Nice.
Elevator.
These guys are putting on a clinic right now on the putting green.
That's a couple hyzer putts out of Ezra now already. He hit that one on 2. This one's longer, looks a little bit tougher as well.
Snuck in there on that left side. I love it. Great putt.
I think you got a little band love on that one.
And I think we're going to have a star frame on hole 4 here.
It's looking like it.
Oh no, did Brian took a par.
Here we are on hole 5, 349 feet. Kind of a small right to left, a drifting right to left. You don't ever really want it to move quickly. You want to hit this gap right here just to the left of that tree on the right side and then float through here. You've got these couple trees in the middle that just, they're kind of the late Plinko trees, I would say. You got to get past those.
Tricky hole to me. Tricky hole. It's like you got to get through this gap and then push left, but not push left. So it's just a tricky hole to me.
Yeah, with the righty backhand, it's really going to be a hyzer stand up to no fade.
Looks just like how Chris threw it.
And he gets on through everything.
That's exactly how you want to throw the hole as a righty backhand. That was amazing.
Just like that. Thank you, Chris, for always
Right.
Always.
Let's see if Ezra can follow suit.
And he goes just outside that tree I was talking about, which isn't the ideal line. Does catch some stuff early right.
We're 4 holes in.
Going to be a tough look from there. Austin with something high speed here. There's a big rim on that driver. He gets it out wide as well.
You have a long look at the 2. It's okay to be there. You don't want to be before that center tree at all or kicking to the right.
And this looks like a pretty good forehand out of Brian here. Just pushes a little too straight before it starts to hook back to the left.
It's 4 really good drives on this hole.
Yeah, this really is a touchy tee shot. Once you get past that tree, like you were saying, you don't want to fade left. You just kind of want to push. And Austin kicking a tree on his putt. Ezra just laying up, not trying to go for anything.
Nope.
Brian pulling his putt off to the left just a little bit.
Another long stretch out here. For a lefty, I feel if you're going stretching out right, it's tough.
Does make it a bit tougher.
Really dart right into the center.
So much power on that putt. Just trying to make sure that he doesn't soft it off to the right. And then Chris here, we forgot about. Just the perfect drive, getting up for the birdie, gaining a stroke on the majority of the field.
Yeah, this hole played as a 2.98, so getting the 2 feels really good. There were only 10 deuces on this hole today. And I feel like it was a simple hole, but it's not. It's why I say it's so tricky. It's hard to get pushed up into those trees and have a putt.
Yeah. And then we move on to another kind of tricky line, 273 feet. It looks straightforward. It looks straight, but it's another one of those hyzer stand-up shots, I feel like, for the righty backhand. And it's a kind of a tight angle if you're throwing with your left hand. So I imagine Austin and Brian maybe going with their forehand again here. This creek that you see up by the basket is casual if there is water in it. And again, you just don't want to kick off to the left or the right.
Yeah.
The left is a little better on this fairway than the right side.
Yeah, I think if you end up a little short and left, you give yourself a 35, 40-footer, and it feels good to be there. And I think that's kind of where Chris is going.
Yeah, he's dug it into the ground just a little bit. Slides forward, but he will have around a circle 2 look, circle 2's edge.
Yeah, I feel like you can take a mid-range and just push it straight as fast as you need on this right side gap. And if you're a righty player, it'll fade left at the end. You got a good shot, but getting through the gap is the first quest.
Oh, yeah, and he's pulled that off to the right. Get kicks off to the left, which is the better side, so again, we'll probably see Ezra just kind of laying up for a par. He's done that a lot so far this round, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. You just got to get some birdies to sprinkle in there, too.
Right. Staying out of trouble on this course is you're going to be rewarded.
Yeah, and that's that funny angle I was talking about with the lefty backhand. Austin tried to go for that and pulls it off to the left side. Pretty easy to do on this hole.
And I think that you were right with the Brian's sidearm. You said Brian was going to throw the sidearm, and I think that's a smart play here.
Just a bit right side. Sneaks
Whoa!
up. Oh!
Did that
I
hit
think
the
that hit
basket?
the cage.
No.
No.
They hit the front of the cage, right?
Oh, I was like, wait, what? Another one?
Just a bit right, but sneaks through the trees and gets up here. Here's another look at it.
It looks like he threw a Crystal Flex banger.
Yeah,
It
definitely
did hit the
catches
cage.
the cage.
Nice shot.
Touches a tree, almost gets the ace, parked for the birdie.
That would have been an awesome way to get an ace. Austin going
So we've
really
seen
high.
3 basket kicks in the last 2 rounds so far.
What an incredible shot.
And that's one of those local things. You
Yeah.
know? Like I said, Austin's one of the ones
Yeah, he's
that's
done
been out
that
here the
before.
most. Knows he can go up over top there.
Man, what a run.
Ezra, incredible bid. Just a bit too high, but had a lot of one on it.
You know, Austin told me he was going to do something crazy for me on video, and, man, that might have been the shot he's talking about.
Yeah, that was pretty incredible.
That just didn't come out of Chris's hand like he wanted. He had to bend it around through the trees, and it just didn't stay over like he wanted. The cleanup putt, though. The Austin's telling Brian over there, yeah, I do that all the time. What a shot.
Yeah, pretty crazy par there.
That's the most amazing par you'll probably ever see on that hole.
And then Brian went no part of the pars, taking his birdie and moving to take the box on hole 7.
We got Chris at 11, Brian and Ezra at 10, and Austin at 9. This is a battle. This is a good battle right here.
Yeah, hole 7, par 4, 459 feet. A left to right movement off the tee. Ideally, you want to go to the left of this tree that the tree's going to that the drone is to the right of, and come back around to the right and land somewhere in this area, maybe a little further right. Don't push too far, or you're going to be in this swampy stuff here.
Where I was.
And then you can far enough right is ideal, so you have a pretty straight shot to the basket. Just got to miss that last tree.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty simple par 4. And the reason it's a par 4 is because if you do hit anything and you kick any tree, you're going into the rough stuff. But this is a beautiful shot. Might be a little right, but that was good. I think if you just get around the gap, get through the
As
first
long
few
as you
trees,
just get past
you
those
have an
4 in the middle.
easy up shot
Easy up. And
for an opportunity for your birdie.
Yeah, this is one of those par 4s you really want to get. You know, a 4 doesn't feel good.
Right.
And a bogey feels real bad. Chris challenging and just getting inside of that tree.
It's a great pocket place to be right there.
Yeah, he's all the way to the right side of the fairway. He'll have a righty hyzer just dumping it to the basket.
Looks like Ezra's going. I was going to say big, but I feel like that's his putter.
That is a P2. And catches a little early right, but he's still going to have 250. He's still not super out of position there. He should be able to reach the green.
I think this is Austin's force he's been throwing all day. It's a go-to disc for him here. Just chopped over on it a little bit. Fortunate kick to stay in the fairway. He can still get up and down from there.
Just squeaks past a few trees there. And makes it almost up to the green. It doesn't look like he'll have a great look at it, but carries the majority of the fairway.
Yeah, unfortunate drive. Great up shot to get your at least your par.
Ezra going with his P2 again.
Ooh, unfortunate kick. He'll have a putt.
He'll still have a putt there. Not quite what he was looking for, though. And then Chris, he'll have
Perfect positioning.
just an easy little hyzer up to the basket.
And that's exactly how you want to play this hole for the birdie. That was incredible placement of his drive.
Wow, Brian got way up here. So that's how you really want to do it. You know, Chris's was, that's child's play. Brian got up there past all the mush and was still in it just a bit, but hits the pole.
It's a good effort by Austin. Trying to get that birdie from that unfortunate drive. Oh, man.
Just right side there. He was just high on the last putt and just right on that one. He's been all over it.
That was a great 4 save. Even though you don't want to take a 4, that was a great 4 save from Austin.
Yeah, good 4 save. Better than the 5 that I took.
I feel like as a lefty, you would have took that hole down.
I did some dumb things. It happens.
It happens, yeah.
Yeah, good birdies from Austin and Chris there.
No, Brian. Austin took his 4.
Right, Brian and Chris there.
So as a lefty, what are you doing on this hole there, Nathan?
On this hole, 340 feet, I try to, I'm going lefty backhand with a leopard, trying to turn it in between those 2 trees up there. Ideally, righty backhand, though, push it straight till about 20 foot past this next tree you can see, then let it fade off to the left.
Yeah, I like to throw the low line skip shot. When I'm in the woods, I think keeping it low under all the branches helps me out getting the disc there. But I think we might see a sidearm out of Brian with that lefty shot.
Yeah, possibly so. I say we'll see some mid-ranges, maybe a fairway, but most likely mid-ranges from Chris and Ezra here. This needs to hurry back left. It's got a little too much right on it, but he's up there for a circle's edge putt, maybe just inside.
Yeah, Chris is a good putter. He'd definitely give that one a chance. Looks like he's bringing out a Zeus here.
A Zeus for the forehand. He'll probably be trying to just push it straight, get a big flare. Maybe it'll flare in.
Yeah, very touchy shot with the...
Yeah, this is looking great.
What a flare. Yeah, that was a great shot. Insane flare, but a great shot.
Yeah, it looks like he threw it how he meant to. Got just a bit too much flare, and he'll have to deal with those trees on the left side. Ezra is going with that P2 again, I believe, and doesn't quite get it down the right line.
Kind of pinballed, probably 5 or 6 different trees there, but he got a nice kick out into the fairway, it looked like. I'm not sure what he's throwing here. It's Michael Jordan on it, though. Maybe it's LeBron.
And he's pulled it off to the right, catches an early tree and kicks off to the left. Depending on how far into the woods he got, he could have a little tough lie. Having to go with another forehand.
Oh, what a shot. He played that
gets the ground
great. It was that Yuli Raptor there that he threw. Got on the ground real quick. Skipped really good. He played that to perfection to save his par.
Ezra pushing it out just a bit right. He's still inside the circle for a par look.
I think that Chris was inside the circle. I thought he was just outside.
Yeah, it looks like he's inside.
Easy money.
Yeah. 28, 29 feet, no problem. That's a good birdie.
Man is a robot and a chicken, man.
Brian after the good Zeus forehand. Got the tree bending out of the way for him.
Right.
And it
Great
bent
ball.
out of the way just enough. Gets it underneath it. Great birdie from Brian.
A couple good birdies on this hole.
Yeah, that's 2 in a row for Chris and for Brian.
Great.
3 in a row for Brian. Actually.
Great. Yeah, it was 3 in a row. And good save there by Ezra with that longer putt. And if Austin can connect, this will be another 3 straight shots, or 3 straight holes that this man has scrambled.
Yeah, scramble game on point. Maybe he probably had some good eggs this morning. Moving on to hole 9. Probably the hardest angled drive that you have to throw on the front 9 at least.
This could be the hardest 258-foot hole I've ever played.
Yeah, it's pretty. If you want to get it, it's like a turned over stable fairway Firebird, something like that. Just extreme Anheuser, but not a whole lot on it. So once it gets to about 160 feet, it'll cut back to the left.
Right.
It's,
As I feel for a right-hander, we're trying to throw a backhand roller, but not make it roll.
with a stable enough
Right.
disc that it doesn't roll.
Going 250 feet.
You see Brian there trying to do that with the lefty forehand and getting it turned over just a bit too much.
And I think they're talking about the same thing. They're laughing, and they're talking about the same thing that we were. This is what I'm going to try to do.
Chris going with the standstill. This needed to be a little bit higher.
Wow, what action on that.
Catches
root.
a root on the
I'm glad he hit
fairway
a
and
root.
kicks him off to the left side, making it a little more difficult to get his upshot up there. You see all of them with the smile
Yeah,
on their
like,
face
oh,
walking
no.
up to the tee pad like, all right, let's see how it goes.
Ezra looks
And
like
this didn't quite get the turn on it, but he has snuck up there.
and that's the thing. If you don't get the turn like you want, the Anheuser out of your hand, and you fade left at all, you're hitting a tree and you're kicking into the woods left, and it's a hard shot from in there. There's that Raptor again.
And this looks pretty good. He's got enough speed on it.
Go in. Oh!
And another cage
Basket or
hit.
something?
My goodness. These guys on these last couple videos have been all over the basket. See the replay. This skips up straight and perfect.
Gets a little sneaky.
Just
Just inside the real corner. Skips up there. Almost goes in for the almost 4th ace that we've seen.
right. This is insane. I see you got so many trees to deal with over here that can happen to any player at any time on this hole.
Yeah, he's just happy he hit the last tree. He's still inside the circle. Be able to get his par. Here's a rattler out of Brian going with the 1-speed, trying to float it in
Yeah,
there.
he said he just recently put it back in his bag, trying to work it back in, and I see why.
Yeah, he's good with it. I played a round or two with him recently where he's throwing it a lot.
Yeah, I had to take it out of my bag. It was getting too fun for me. I wanted to throw it on every shot. A great birdie right there by Ezra.
Yeah, so we're going to have 2 birdies here.
Yeah, see, my card had 0 birdies, and I took the lone 4 there on this hole. That's why I had a bad taste in my mouth on this hole. That's
Yeah,
why-
pretty tough hole here. But we've got Chris Dickerson with the hot start on the front 9, going 5 down. Ryan Earhart 4 down, Austin Turner 2 down, and Ezra 3 down to start this front 9. We've got the back 9 out at Sockasty here coming up with the same players and an open hole to start. Looking forward to checking it out.
Yeah, it was a fun battle. We'll see how these guys tackle the back 9 out here at Sockasty.
Yeah, we'll see you guys out there.